I thought it would be fun and helpful to share 50 different things I have learned about money over the years. And these are not things that I have learned in school, although I wish they were. And make sure to stick around until the very end because I did save the best for last. I am Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and I achieved financial freedom and became a millionaire. If you are looking to do one or both of those things, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and we're going to dive right in. And these are in no particular order except for the best being last. All right, number one is when you are asking people about money, make sure you are asking the right people. I feel like a lot of times we just ask our parents or our friends money questions like, oh, should I buy stocks or should I buy index funds? Should I invest in a property or just stick to the stock market? Things like that. We shouldn't be asking people that aren't actually doing those things. We need to find the people who have the answers for us. And number two is to set a financial goal to work toward and then set more financial goals once you achieve that first one. For me, goals are really important. They give me something to focus on, to work toward, so that I know I am making progress, especially in the area of money. And to give you an example, I have quite a few friends that seem to be in the exact same spot they were 10 years ago because they haven't set some goals that they really want to be working towards. So make sure you are setting goals so that you are not in the exact same place you are right now 10 years from now. Number three, money doesn't grow on trees. And I'm sure you've heard that phrase a lot, and it's definitely true. It doesn't grow on trees. I wish it did. But essentially, you need to make your money work for you. It's not just going to appear out of nowhere. Number four is to take some risks with money. And I'm not talking about extreme risks, but calculated risks. If you want to invest your money, if you want it to be working for you, you have to have some sort of risk. You can't just leave it in your savings or just completely invest in bonds. If you really want to be building your wealth, there needs to be some risk associated with that. Number five is to keep learning about money. If I stopped learning about money just when I learned about my 401k investments, then I would be nowhere near where I am today. I would definitely not be a millionaire and not be financially free. So continue to learn about money. I've learned about FIRE, the Financial Independence Retire Early community. I learned about tax loss harvesting. There are just so many things to learn. So never stop learning about money. Number six is to make your own decisions about your money. Don't leave that up to someone else. You are the one that is going to care the most about your money, not someone else. So make sure you're making the decisions that you want to be making about your money. Number seven is that money is a resource, but there is also energy around money. So yes, we can use money to pay our bills, but if we are always paying our bills in a bitter and negative attitude, just being like, oh, fine, I have to pay this payment again this month, then our money situation is not going to improve. We need to realize that we can still give money, even when we don't want to be paying our bills, with a positive attitude, and that actually helps improve our money situation. So while yes, money is a tool, it is a resource, it is something that we can use to get something else, the energy that we are putting out when we use that resource really does make a difference in our own lives regarding our money situations. Number eight is to use your credit card as often as possible if you are able to use it without paying any interest on your credit card. This has made a really big difference for me, and I use my credit cards all of the time, even just for small purchases. And that way I've been able to receive cashback rewards, and I get hundreds of dollars every year just for using my credit card. But we definitely want to make sure we are using our credit cards properly, that we are not paying any interest whatsoever. And not only that, credit cards are safer to use than a debit card, because then if your account gets hacked, they don't have access to what's in your checking account, and your money isn't getting frozen because it's just your credit card, and they will take care of that charge for you right away and send a new credit card, and you don't have to worry about that. And using your credit card properly leads us into number 9, which is to build up your credit score. So if you are using your credit card properly, then you are building your credit score. You are increasing your credit score, which means you can borrow money for a lower interest rate. And if you really think about this, the things that we are usually buying on credit are expensive things. It's a house or a car. So we have this really expensive item. We want to make sure that we are paying the least amount in interest as possible. The way we do that is with a good credit score. because the higher your credit score, then the lower interest rate you are going to get offered. And if you want to know how to build up your credit, I do have a video for you. I'll leave a link above and below. And this ties into number 10, which is to never pay interest when you can help it. I understand that buying a house, most likely we are going to need to take out a mortgage and pay interest on that. But for smaller purchases or even vacations or things that we just kind of want right now but we can't really afford, we don't want to be paying interest for those things. And I like this quote by Albert Einstein, who says that the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it, or something like that. So you really want to make sure you are not paying any interest if at all possible, because that can lead to a lot of debt and being stuck in debt because you're paying so much in interest. Number 11 is to stop spending your money on things that you don't even really want to impress people you don't even really like. I feel like this happens a lot, and a lot of people will call it keeping up with the Joneses. Keeping up with your neighbors. If they buy a new car, you need a new car. If they buy a boat, you need a boat. But do you really even want a new car, or do you really want a boat? Maybe you just want to rent a boat occasionally. So just stop buying things to impress other people or to keep up with other people. Number 12 is to decrease your largest expenses to get those really big wins. For example, if you focus on not eating out and saving $100 a month versus if you were to focus on finding a new place to live and you could save $1,000 a month, that is a really big win. So focus on those big wins. Focus on decreasing your largest expenses. That is going to make the biggest difference for you. Number 13 is to not overcomplicate money. You spend money, you save money, you make money, and you make your money work for you. It's pretty basic. So if you are struggling with one of those areas, then focus in on that area and address the problem and make progress. Don't overcomplicate money. And if you are having a problem in one of those areas, I like to use a free app called Personal Capital where I can see my full financial picture in one place very quickly. So I will leave a referral link below and you can set up a free account for Personal Capital. Number 14 is to give back, to give some of your money to something that you believe in. Money is better when it is shared. For example, I always pay my tithing. That is something that I believe in, so I make sure to make that donation. And I know that it is blessing other people's lives along with my own life. So make sure you are not hoarding all of your money. It will help make us a lot less selfish. Number 15 is to pay yourself first. And yes, I pay my tithing and I pay myself first, but make sure that you are giving some money to yourself. Otherwise, you are not going to see that money at the end of the month. It will just go toward all of your bills and whatever you feel like spending your money on. And then it turns into living paycheck by paycheck, which is very stressful. So make sure you are paying yourself first. Number 16 is to stay out of bad debt. And I did talk about this a little bit, but you want to make sure that you are not going into debt for things that aren't really necessary. For example, I've only got into debt for properties and for cars. We don't want to be living a stressful life worrying about our debt constantly and not being able to make progress toward becoming financially free. Number 17 is to not avoid looking at your money. You definitely want to keep an eye on your money. If you are completely avoiding it, you have no idea how much debt you have or how much progress you are making to be able to retire one day. So you really need to keep an eye on your money, and an easy way to do that is using Personal Capital. So like I mentioned before, I'll leave a referral link below in the description if that is something you are interested in. Number 18 is to not gamble. And I have gambled maybe 10 or so times in my life. But when I did that, I knew it was just for entertainment purposes, and I had maybe 20 bucks that I was spending, and I was okay just losing that money if that's what happened. Gambling is not the way we make money. We save our money and we invest our money. Plus, the majority of lottery winners end up going bankrupt anyway. So put that money that you would be spending on gambling toward investing so that you are actually making something from your money. Number 19 is to not invest in things that you don't understand. A while back, I ended up investing in life insurance, even though I didn't really understand how it worked. And then later on, I figured out that that was not the best option for me, so I ended up canceling my life insurance policy and losing thousands of dollars. But if I wouldn't have invested in something that I didn't understand in the first place, I wouldn't have made that expensive mistake. So make sure you understand exactly what it is you are investing in. Number 20 is to invest for the long term. Keep that long-term mindset, that long-term perspective, and you are going to be a lot better off. You aren't going to panic sell when the stock market crashes or when it takes a dip. You can just think, no, I'm investing for the long term, so I'm going to keep my money invested. Going along with that, number 21 is to buy low and sell high. For example, I recently sold one of my properties, and I didn't originally intend to do that, but there were certain circumstances that came up, so I decided to sell, but I sold on my own terms. I didn't have to sell, so I was able to sell high. So make sure and keep that long-term perspective and not panic sell when everything is down. Number 22 is not to listen to hot tips on which stock to buy right now or which crypto to buy right now. Don't get sidetracked from your investing strategy, which it can be really hard to do because we see all of these overnight millionaires. But honestly, what we're not seeing is everyone who has lost a ton of money by buying on one of these hot tips. And even if that hot tip really was valid, do you really want the stress of worrying about having all of this money invested and losing it overnight or very quickly? Number 23 is that the love of money is the root of all evil. And this one can be a little controversial because I know a lot of people say, love money and money will love you back. But what I'm talking about is becoming super obsessed with money and loving it so much that you are neglecting your family or your friends, or you are treating other people disrespectfully because you want more money or because you even have more money. We don't want that to be the main focus. Of course, we can treat money well and it will treat us well back, but we don't want to be loving money and becoming so obsessed with it. Number 24 is trading time for dollars won't get you where you want to be. If you want to retire one day or become financially free, you need to make your money work for you instead of you always working for your money. Number 25 is to cut your losses early. Like I mentioned before, when I had purchased that life insurance policy, I eventually got out when I figured out that it wasn't right for me. I could have held on to that longer and longer and then got out later and lost even more money. But when I figured out it wasn't right for me, I immediately got out. So make sure and just cut your losses early. And going along with that, number 26 is to not agonize over your money mistakes. We all make mistakes. It happens. But what we can do is learn from those mistakes and then forgive ourselves and let it go. Number 27 is if you spend your money on one thing, you are not able to spend it on something else. There is always a trade-off. And like Paula Pant mentions on her blog, affordanything.com, she says, you can afford anything, just not everything. There's trade-offs. If we are spending our money now on something, we aren't able to invest that money and spend even more money later on. Number 28 is that money will always be a part of our lives, so we need to get good at money. I remember talking to one of my friends that had started her own hairdressing business, and she was saying, I knew I would always have hair, so I wanted to get good at doing my hair. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I knew I would always have to deal with money, so I wanted to get good at money. Number 29 is to not get caught up in all of the hype. There are going to be a lot of articles about the stock market crashing or real estate crashing or that cryptos are going to go down. Whatever it is, there's always going to be someone trying to predict the future. And I would say ignore all of the hype and stick to your long-term investing strategy. Make sure you are doing the basics, keeping your expenses low, being as self-reliant as possible, and increasing your income and making your money work for you. Number 30 is that the more you invest when you are younger, the more you are going to have when you are older. It makes a huge difference if you start investing as young as possible, because then you can take advantage of that eighth wonder of the world, that compound interest. Plus, you'll already be used to investing your money, so you can continue to do that. Number 31 is to have multiple sources of income. When you are relying on just one source, that can be really scary. As we saw recently, a lot of people lost their jobs. And if that was their only source of income, then they were in big trouble. So make sure and diversify your income income sources. Number 32 is that money doesn't bring happiness to a degree. Yes, if your expenses, your basic expenses and necessities are taken care of, that is going to increase your happiness. But once you reach a certain point, your happiness is not going to increase if you increase your money. And I actually did a video about this, so I will leave a link above and below. Number 33 is to get rid of the scarcity money mindset. There is plenty of money in the world that is going around. And if we are just holding tight to what we have and thinking we can't make any more, then we aren't going to be able to do that. We need to let go of that scarcity mindset and think in terms of abundance. We will feel a lot less stressed if we are doing that. And just because you are making more money, it doesn't mean that someone else can't make more money. There is plenty to go around, especially where they just printed a lot more money. Number 34 is to let people purchase things for you. And I'm not saying let people buy things for you if they are expecting something in return, but I'm just saying let people spend money on you if they want to. If they want to take you out to lunch, great, let them do that. If they want to buy you a dessert for your birthday, great, let them do that. Don't deny them the blessings of trying to serve you. And of course, there are certain circumstances where it is just not right or doesn't feel comfortable, so then for sure don't do it. But for the most part, if someone's just being nice, then let them do that for you. I know when I've done that, it makes me feel good to serve someone. Number 35 is to automate your money. This is going to simplify your life so much. So automate those transfers to your savings or to your investment account. Automate everything that you can. It is going to simplify your money a lot. Number 36 is that money buys time. Time is finite. So if we are able to spend our money on increasing our time that we have, then we are going to be able to spend time on things that we really want to be spending time on. Number 37 is that anyone can learn about money. They can always improve their money situation. I used to just be a really big saver, and I learned about investing and actually started doing it. So people can definitely learn how to take care of their money better. Number 38 is to talk about money. And granted, you don't want to just be bragging about how much money you're making, but just talk about things like where you are investing your money or how you saved money on your taxes, different things like that. We can really help each other by doing that if we are just talking about different money things and learning from one another. Number 39, money also means options. If you have enough money in the bank and your job is no longer where you want to be, then you could say, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore, and you don't have to feel strapped for cash. You have that option to quit your job, to look for a new job that would be a better fit for you. Number 40 is to stop trying to let money solve your problems. Usually there is a deeper problem that we have when we are just trying to throw money at the situation or even withhold money from someone. Figure out what that deeper problem is and address that problem. And once you do that, then your money situation will actually improve. We are getting closer to the end, so comment below if you are still following along and if you have a favorite money item that I have shared so far. Number 41 is that you either control your money or money will control you. You are the one in charge of your money, so you need to be in control of that money. You need to be taking care of it, or money can really control you. If you aren't paying your bills on time, or if you aren't saving enough money, then you are going to feel stressed or strapped for cash, which means money kind of has that control over you. So really sit down and figure out where you need to control your money better and work on that. Number 42 is that money isn't about having more, it's about having enough. Where is your enough point with money? If we are so focused on growing our money all of the time and it is never enough, then we are never really going to be happy with our money situation. Number 43 is to be patient with money. We are not trying to get rich quick or get rich overnight. We need to be patient with our money, where we are right now and where we are headed in the future, and realize that little small choices that we are making today, the habits that we have today, are really going to impact us over the long term. We just need to be patient with that. Number 44 is to create those positive money habits so that we can feel more positive about our money situation and have a more positive view toward money. It can be as simple as being grateful when you receive $1 and being grateful when you give $1. Number 45 is to prioritize your spending. And I really like this phrase that I have heard. It's not about deprivation, it's about prioritization. We don't want to be depriving ourselves of things that we really want to be spending our money on, but we just need to prioritize. Where is it that we want to spend our money? What is going to bring us the most joy, the most happiness? Number 46 is to believe in yourself that you can be better with money. If you believe that, then it will actually happen. If you don't believe that, then it's not going to happen. So believe in yourself and know that you can improve your money situation. Number 47 is that no one's money situation is the same. So stop comparing yourselves to others. And I know that this can be really hard, especially where we see a lot on social media of people living in luxurious homes or buying luxurious things. And we think, oh, I can barely afford my mortgage payment. We just can't compare ourselves to others. All of our money situations are very different, so focus on your money situation and what improvements you want to be making. Number 48 is to learn from others' money mistakes. Yes, we can definitely learn from our own, but we can also learn from others' mistakes. We don't have to make all of the money mistakes ourselves. And that is why I shared one of my largest money mistakes in another video, so I'll leave a link to that above and below. Number 49, this is one of my favorites, and it is to invest as much as possible as soon as possible. It is going to make the biggest difference in your life. Even if you are just starting right now, that is fine. Get started today. And number 50 is to love life more than money. If we are so focused on money, we are going to forget about the really important things in life, like our family or our friends, or giving service to others, or even being grateful for what we have. While yes, money is important, we don't want to be sacrificing all of our energy and our time on just making more money. Comment below and tell me one thing that you have learned about money in your life. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information, and hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want to see even more content from me, check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.